Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day. Let's had a good day so far. We have a pretty big slate for Sunday. It is the last game of the season for a lot of teams. Last games for the Spanish League, Italian League, Premier League. So the season is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean there won't be videos. There will still be at least 2 MLS videos a week because they usually play, I believe, on Wednesdays and Saturdays as well. So I still will have those videos as well. And I'm thinking I may or may not try a WNBA video here and there just to see how that goes. I'm still going to be posting. So again, just because the season's over doesn't mean I won't be posting videos. But again, there's a big slate, and like as always, if I do have any edit plays, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow. More than likely tomorrow because that's when more lines are dropped and lineups in general are out. So if you want more plays, they will be there. So keep an eye out for those. But other than that, I'll just get straight into the plays. My first player prop is Eberechi Eze to go higher than 3 dribble attempts away from home for Palace going up against Liverpool. First of all, he averages around 4.5 dribbles per 90. We need at least 3, and Liverpool actually allowed the 7th most dribble attempts to opponents. A big reason for it is because when they are a possession team, but when they don't play possession, they can be vulnerable playing them off the counter, and they're not an aggressive team. So if a player is dribbling up with the ball, they're not going to necessarily tackle them and foul them to get the ball back. They might try to tackle them, but they're not an aggressive team. Besides, he has a good history against them. He played them once this season, went over with 5. Played them once last season, went over with 7. So he did good against them in 2 games so far this season. One this season and 1 last season. Again, we need at least 3. And he's Crystal Palace's best player by far. He has good speed. He's a good dribbler. He can get opportunities all by himself. And it is the last game of the season, so there's no reason why he won't try to go out with the bang. Besides, he's had 3 plus and 10 out of 15 away start. That's a 67% hit rate. And the games he went under against were against Arsenal, who allowed the second least, Newcastle, who are the 10th, so that's an average team. City, who allowed the least. Brighton, who actually allowed the second most, but he got subbed out in the 60th minute. And Everton, who allowed the 15th least or 6th most really, but that's really because they got an early lead. But I don't expect Crystal Palace to get an early lead here against Liverpool, so it's a good line. I really like the line. It's a good matchup, and he's has good history against them, so why not? I like the play. I like the line. Eberechi Eze to go higher than 3 dribble attempts. And then the second player prop that I found that I like is Lamine Yamal to go under 2 shots assisted away from home for Barcelona going against Bilbao, which it is. I will say you usually don't take an under with a player like this. I like the line because, first of all, he does average 2 per 90, but it's whether he gets that third, and I do not think he's going to get the third. He has a tough matchup here against Bilbao, who allowed the second least shots assisted to opponents, and even less when they play at home. He played them twice this season, once in the Super Cup. He went under with 1, and then played him in the first game at home, played the full game there, and went under with 0. So he's gone under against them 2 times this season, and again, Bilbao is just a good defensive team in general. They're not an aggressive team or anything like that. They don't drop back. No, they're just a team that just plays good defense. And he's gone under 3, so he just hasn't gone that third. And 67% of away games, 10 out of 15 away games, he's gone under. The games he went over against was against Palma, so the 5th most. Madrid, but he always plays good against Madrid. Villarreal, the 8th least. Vallecano, who are tied also for the 8th least, and Valencia the 10th, so an average team. But now they're playing a really good matchup, and it's the last game with the league already won, so it's not like they really have nothing to play for. So there is a chance that he gets subbed out. And he actually played them in a full half last season as well. He got subbed in the second half, played that full second half, and he still went under with 0. So it's a good line against a tough opponent, and Bilbao are good at defending set pieces, so it's not like he can just get those crosses in general whenever they get those opportunities. Not that many that they'll get in general, because again, they're not a aggressive team. So I just like the line, a tough opponent, and he's away from home. I like Lamine Yamal to go under 2 shots assisted. Before I get into the money line plays, as always, I would really appreciate if everybody liked the video and commented as well. It only takes a second and it helps boost the video out to more people. I try to read all the comments and respond to them as soon as I can. I really do appreciate everybody who comments. And then if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn on notifications to notify when these videos are out. And you can also join my Discord. I do let people know there as well when the videos are out. It is not a premium. It is completely free to join. I also let people know again when videos are out there to the public. And I do have again, a good community that I'm trying to build over there. People talk about their plays. People talk about other plays, talk during the games, not just in soccer. So you're more than welcome to join in the description. And I do have my membership linked in the description, which is the only form of premium that I have. It's not like you get any extra picks. It's just if you want to support the channel and get the video out even earlier than what you usually would. So if you're not a member, those that are already got all these picks, all these plays, and this video before everybody else. So if you're interested in that, link for that in the description. And all my links for everything, whether it's Outlier, which is a data app where you see all the pictures on the screen, or whether it's my player prop apps or Moneyline apps, all that, links in the description. So I really want to thank anybody that supports me in any way. My first money line play, it's a same game parlay. I got this for plus 118. You could take the first one by itself, but I added a second play just to make it plus money. But the first play is the Manchester City money line going up against Fulham. A win guarantees them Champions League, probably a draw as well. But I like them to win in this game. Fulham have nothing to play for, while City actually have a 17-game winning streak against Fulham. So just history-wise, they've done great against them, and also history-wise as well. In the last 11 seasons, the last game of the season, they've won 9 of those 11. So history-wise, that's a great hit rate as well. And they're also on a 9-game undefeated streak in the league. They've been good defensively. They've kept a clean sheet in 5 of those 9 games. And Fulham, on the other hand, have conceded in 9 straight. So they can easily outscore them or just honestly just score once and keep a clean sheet. But Fulham have lost the last 6 out of 10 games. So Manchester City is just in better form. They have the better momentum, and they actually have something to play for. And it's also the last game ever for De Bruyne in the Manchester City shirt. So if anything, it's good for him and the team to go out on a high, especially after last game when he missed that sitter. I'm sure he's going to kind of have that little momentum build or vendetta. Not vendetta, but you know what I mean? Just try to bounce back after missing that sitter. And they're just a much better team, so I trust that they'll get it done. So I like the Manchester City money line going up against Fulham. And the play that I added to make it plus money is a Yamal to go higher than 0.5 shots in the same game. I know this line is a goblin on PrizePicks, so you can take it there as well. But he doesn't start as often, but when he does, he's averaged 2.02 shots per 90. And in the games in which he's played at least 45 minutes, so at least one half, he's gone over in 16 out of 19 games. So that's a really, really good hit rate. He actually played him away from home, played the full game and went over with 3. We just need 1. And he gets those opportunities because he's a fast player and he's a strong player. And Manchester City do not play a conventional right back. They actually play a midfielder in the right back. So if anything, that's a good way for him to exploit that side in general. And City attack down the wings and leave the wings vulnerable. So that's another way he can hit them off the counter and just more opportunities for him in general. And while he's really not known to be a versatile player, he is willing to take shots with either foot. He's taking 25 with his right, 9 with his left, and 4 headers. 4 headers because he actually wins 86% of his aerial duels in general. And he can also get shots in open play. It's not just from counterattacks or set pieces. 33 out of 38 shots that he's taken so far in the league have been from open play. He will get the opportunities. I expect him to take at least 1 shot, so I like this. Adama Traore to go higher than 0.5 shots, and I have this slip for plus 118. My next flip, I got this for minus 110, and the first place, both teams to score in the Nottingham Forest and Chelsea game. Both teams are fighting for a spot in the Champions League. This prop hit in the first game is a 1-1 game. And Forest, first of all, their defensive record was good at the beginning of the season, but it really has been lacking towards the end of the season. They have conceded in 8 straight, and Chelsea themselves have conceded in the last 8 out of 10 away games, and they've conceded 25 and 18 away from home. They on average, concede 1.39 goals on average, and they have the Conference League final 3 days after this game. So both teams will be going out loud in attack and will probably be vulnerable on defense, and they both are pretty clinical teams as well. Forest have actually scored in 81% of games, and so has Chelsea, 81% of games. So they're both good scoring teams. The only one is Forest that has kind of been lacking lately, but when it's the last game of the season at home and they need to win, I expect them to score. Forest score from counterattacks and set pieces, and Chelsea, on the other hand, foul the 7th most. They have the most yellows, and they're weak in the air, and they play possession. So more counterattack opportunities for Forest and set piece opportunities. So they will have the chance to score in the way that they're best at. While Chelsea, again, they play possession while Nottingham Forest don't. They take a lot of shots, and they play a lot of skillers. Jackson is out, so now they probably will have a lineup with Palmer, Madueke, Sancho, and Neto. All good dribblers, and Forest don't play possession, which means more opportunities for Chelsea. And they struggle on the one-on-ones, struggling against defenders, attackers that are good at skilling. So both of their attacks complements their weaknesses. So both teams will have the opportunities, and a must-win game for both teams. I expect both of them to score, so I like both teams to score in the Nottingham Forest and Chelsea game. And the play that I have to make this play better value is Tottenham to score at least once at home going against Brighton. They're on a high, really great momentum after that Europa League win. and now they have guaranteed Champions League football. So no matter what the result is, they will be good. But I expect them to score at home after that big game for them. They have scored in 15 out of 18 games at home, and they only missed against Arsenal, City, and Palace. But when they did lose against Palace, they weren't playing their main squad because they were concentrating on the Europa League. So I don't really blame them there. And so when they didn't hit is when they were playing good defenses. But Brighton is not that this season. They have on average conceded the 7th most goals and have conceded 26 at home, up to 32 away. And they have conceded in 72% of away games, 13 out of 18 games. Brighton aren't fighting for anything, so it's not that they're going to be fighting hard, and they have no motivation. There's nothing that they're playing for. And Tottenham were able to score 2 goals in the first game away from home, where Brighton is slightly better defensively. Now they're at home where they score more, and Brighton are weaker defensively. And Brighton also fouled the 6th most, and they have conceded the 2nd most penalties. So Tottenham can get a penalty. They can score from that as well. Tottenham were able to score in both games against them last season as well. And I expect them to score at least one goal at home in the final game of the season after their Europa League win. So I like this. Tottenham to score at least once going up against Brighton. And I have this play for -110. I have one more money line play. I usually don't have 3, but I found some that I like, and I've always said I'm always going to post a place that I like. But I have this play for -115, and the first play is Empoli to score at home against Hellas Verona. They're fighting for survival, and the draw could be enough, but a win guarantees it. And obviously, for them to win, they would have to score at least once. And they have a great matchup against Verona, who have the 2nd worst defense, who had on average conceded 1.8 goals per game. They on average concede almost 2 goals. We just need Empoli to score 1 against Verona. They were able to score 4 goals against them away from home. Now they're at home, and they're in good form with back-to-back wins with 3 goals and 2 goals in those games. So now they have great motivation at home, trying to survive against a great matchup. The momentum is in their favor, and Empoli are an aggressive team, and they're good at stealing the ball. And Verona don't play possession, so that's more opportunities for Empoli, and they make a lot of mistakes. So I can see Empoli stealing the ball from the defense or intercepting a ball and taking advantage of that and scoring. And again, they have a great matchup. They scored 4 against them in the first game, so I don't see why they can't score here. So I like Empoli to score against Hellas Verona. And the second play to make this -115 is also in the Italian league, and that's Lazio Moneyline going up against Lecce. Lecce have a tough matchup and really bad game for them to try to survive. They will need a lot of things to go their way in other games for them to still survive. But they're playing Lazio, who are fighting for a Champions League spot. They are currently 6th place in the league, which gives them Conference League, and they have 65 points. But 4th place, which is Champions League, has 67, and the 2 players below them, 7th and 8th, have 63 and 62 points, and both of them have a better goal difference. So this is a must-win game for Lazio, and they have the much better team. They'll be hungrier, so I expect them to win. They won the first game away from home, 2-1. Now they're at home, and Lecce actually have the worst away offense. They've only scored 13 goals in 18 games, and have only scored in 50% of away games. So they have a great matchup, while Lazio, on the other hand, have scored in all but 1 home game, 17 out of 18 games. That's a 94% hit rate, with the only miss going up against Inter Milan, who's a great defense. They can easily outscore them or keep a clean sheet. Lecce don't play possession, they make mistakes, and now they're playing Lazio, who have averaged the most shots on target. So I expect at least one of them to go in. Going up against Lecce, who have the worst away offense, and good chance that they might get relegated. At home, I like this play. I see them getting it done here. They've had a couple tough matchups in the last couple games. Now they have a great matchup at home in the last game, trying to get that Champions League football. I like this play. Lazio money line going up against Lecce, and that's a 3rd money line play that I have for -115. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. We're way in the row. We swept the money lines with the money line plays. We had PSG to score 3. They scored exactly 3 by the first half. And then we had the other one, which was the parlay, which was Stuttgart to win, which they did. They outscored them. And then Sheffield to score 1, which they did. They scored the first goal. They ended up losing, so I'm glad I took them to score instead of taking their money line. But both money line plays hit, which was great for us. And then player prop wise, I had 4 total added plays. One of them I put together, which was a slip, which was Bellingham to take a shot and Hammer to take 2. Bellingham took his. Hammer had 1, but he did get injured, unfortunately, and had to get subbed out. So if he would have played the full game, he easily gets that second. But hey, we're unlucky. And as I'm recording this video, the other 2 added plays, which was Messi to go under 5 shots and Postcamp to go under 3 saves, are currently playing. For now, they're both on pace, so hopefully those plays hit. But if they do, we had a great day. We still had a great day money line wise. and hopefully we can carry on that momentum going into tomorrow's big slate, last game of the season. And like I mentioned, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow. And again, just because it's the end of the season doesn't mean I'm not going to be posting. I'm still going to have MLS videos and possibly WNBA videos. Let me know what you guys think, or what other sports I could do, or what you guys would want to see. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.